Hi traders, today's video is position trading at support and resistance levels. And in today's video we're going to cover the following topics, and they are support, resistance, broken support becomes new resistance, broken resistance becomes new support, and position trading. Now stay with me to the end as I share a simple but very effective position trading strategy that I use on the daily charts and is one of my core trading strategies. Introducing myself, my name is Duncan Cooper. I'm a full-time trader and the senior market strategist and trading mentor at ACY Securities. Okay, so let's get into the first topic. Okay, let's have a look at what support is. So as I take you through support, I'm always looking at support or resistance, but in this case support first of all on the weekly, daily and 4-hour charts. So here we see price moves down and puts in a low point and then rallies back up. So at that support low, that low point, you draw in a horizontal line of support because that might become support when price heads back down to retest it. Price moves down, it comes down and retests that level, holds, so support holds, and then price moves back up. So that's what support is. Support is when price comes down to a previous low, holds, and then moves back up. And you're going to see this in all time frames, but I like to look at it on the weekly, daily and 4-hour charts. Alright, let's go to a chart example for the daily chart. Alright, so here we have a daily chart, and the green arrow is just referencing where I've drawn my line of support from. And then what you'll be able to see is once, twice, 3 times that same level has held as support for the market to move back up off. Alright, so it's very important to know where price might turn around at on the higher time frame. So I'm looking at drawing my support in on my weekly, daily and 4-hour charts as I mentioned. Okay, let's now go through what resistance is. It's really the opposite of support, and again I like to look at this on the weekly, daily and 4-hour charts, put my lines in. So price moves up and puts in a high point, pulls back. So once you've got your high point in, your high, swing point high, draw a horizontal line across because that may well be resistance if price comes back to that level. Price rallies back up to that high point, to the resistance level. If price holds, then that proves that that level is now resistance, and price can then move down from that level. So if price moves down from the level, it's just proving to you that that high point is resistance for the market. And again, I like to look at this on the weekly, daily and 4-hour charts. Okay, let's go and have a look at a daily chart example. Alright, so here's a daily chart. And I've drawn in a horizontal line, and the red arrow is just referencing which high point I'm using as resistance. And we can see that a little bit later on in time, price does decline and then comes back up to the same level. It holds as resistance and price moves down. Okay, next let's go through what broken support becomes new resistance is. And again, I'll look at this on the weekly, daily and 4-hour chart. So here price is coming up, then it's pulling back and then starts to rise again, so it's putting in a support low. So I draw a horizontal line across from this support low because as price pulls back, that could be support for the market. Now if price moves through it and doesn't hold as support, comes down to a lower point, then on a rally expect broken support to become new resistance, and then price moves further down. Okay, so broken support can become new resistance, and again I like to look at this on the weekly, daily and 4-hour charts. So let's kind of have a look at a daily chart example. Okay, so here's a daily chart, and I'm drawing in my line of support from where the green arrow is pointing to, so that's support low just there. And what we can see is price actually breaks below that line, comes back up, and when it comes back up and retests the line, price holds and moves down, and broken support becomes new resistance. Alright, we'll go through the last concept, which is broken resistance becomes new support. So again, I like to look at this on the weekly, daily and 4-hour chart. So price is moving down, comes up, price is then moving down again. As price is moving down, I draw a line across that top because that could be resistance when price moves back up. Price moves back up, but if we don't hold at resistance and move through, as in this example, when we pull back to the same level, broken resistance can become new support for the market for then a move further up. Alright, so that's broken resistance becomes new support. Alright, let's go and have a look at a day chart example. Alright, so a day chart example here of the Aussie dollar. So just drawing a line in, and that red arrow references the high point. Price moves down from that high point, moves through, and then becomes support for the market to move further up. So there we have a level of resistance, gets broken, and then becomes new support for the market. Okay traders, let's talk about position trading. So position trading is when you hold a trade open from one day to the next. That can be for 1 or 2 days, or 1 or 2 weeks, or 1 or 2 months, depending on the time frame for your profit target. Now I'm going to walk you through a simple trading strategy that I use based around support and resistance on the daily charts. I'm going to be using a 100 pip stop loss for the trade setup and a risk to reward target of 1 to 2 or greater. Alright, so let's go to my MT4 trading platform and take a look at some trade examples. Hi traders, so just in my MT4 trading platform on the pound Japanese yen day chart here. And what I've done is I've drawn a line of support on this day chart from this low here, just highlighting it in orange there so you know which one I'm using. And that level is at 149.05. Now what I like to do is look to see if a level of potential support can be support, and what I see in the future, price comes down and rejects that level and moves back up. So then if we revisit that level, I'm expecting that level to hold as support because it held as support before. So what I like to do is simply trade at that level on a retest. So I'll have a buy limit order sitting there to buy. I've put my level, my stop loss level underneath here, 100 pips below. So the red line is 100 pips below that level. And above, I've got a green dashed line showing you where a 200 pip profit target would be. So price comes down here and I'm buying at the level using a buy limit order. Stop is at this level here. As we can see, price touches the level and then moves back up and meets the 200 pip target. So that's trade number 1 on this support level. We come back down to the same support level. I expect that level to hold once more, so I can be a buyer once more there. Stop 100 pips below, and again price moves back up, meets the 200 pip target. It actually goes higher than the 200 pip target, but as you can see, risking 100 pips, gaining 200 pips. Then it comes back down again. This time it doesn't trade at the level, so I would miss that opportunity. Moving along, the same support line, support level. Price comes back down once more to the same support level. It's a proven level of support, so I would be buying at that level. Stop goes 100 pips below, and once more we can see that price moves up and meets the profit target. Alright, so that's how I'm trading positionally at a proven level of support. I'm using a buy limit order to buy at the level. Stop loss goes 100 pips below, target goes above, targeting 200 pips. So I've got a risk reward of 1 to 2. Sometimes I'm using a larger target, but this is just showing you how you can be using a 100 pip stop loss, 200 pip target on a clear level of support to be a buyer. And in this example, we've had 1, 2, 3 trading opportunities at the level of support 149.05 using a 100 pip stop loss and a 200 pip target. Alright, so that's how I'll be position trading that level of support there. Okay traders, now I'm on the same currency pair, the pound Japanese yen daily chart. This time I want to show you the same strategy, but trading broken resistance becomes new support. So here we have a level of resistance that I've highlighted with the orange, and price breaks above resistance. So a pullback to that level, I would expect it to be support. Alright. So what I've set up here is my red line is my 100 pip stop loss level below that level, and my green line is my 200 pip profit target. So what I would be doing, as price is coming back down to the expected level of support, I'd have a buy limit order to buy just here, and then price starts to hold, moves up, and would meet the 200 pip profit target. Okay, so that's how I would be trading broken resistance becomes support. Now in this area it actually gives you two trade setups. Comes down the first time, so you can trade here using a buy limit order. Comes up to your target, so you're out. Comes back down to the same level and expect the level of support to hold, so you're trading here with a buy limit order. Stop 100 pips below. Now price does come up, probably comes up about 100 and just approximating, probably comes up about 160 pips before obviously failing, turning around and then breaking below support. But hopefully by that time you've managed your trade to at least a break-even perspective. So that's how I use a 100 pip stop, a 200 pip target, trading broken resistance becomes new support. Okay traders, now I'm on the Euro US dollar daily chart, and I'm going to show you how I trade at resistance. So I've highlighted this resistance high here in orange. This is the one I'm using. So what I see is that price moves down, comes back up to retest that level, and proves to be resistance because obviously price starts to sell off. So if price comes back up to retest that level, I would expect it to hold as resistance. So I'd be looking to trade at that level using a sell limit order. So again, what I've done, I've got this time above the market 100 pip stop loss level, and below the market a 200 pip target level. So when price comes up to retest the resistance level, I'd be selling using a sell limit order. Price holds at resistance, and as we can see, price moves down just to the profit target. Alright, so that's how I would be trading resistance, a proven level of resistance, using a 100 pip stop and a 200 pip target. Okay traders, and the last example, this time it's broken support becomes new resistance. Again, I'm on the Euro US dollar daily chart. So I have a level of support that I've highlighted here in orange, and price obviously bounces up from that level, comes down, finds some short-term support there for a while. It actually trades up on a few candles here and then breaks support. So what I would be expecting is that broken support becomes new resistance if price trades back to that level. So again, I've got my 100 pip stop loss level drawn in here, my 200 pip target drawn in here. So as price heads back up to that level, I would be looking to sell using a sell limit order at that level. Now I actually trade this level myself. It trades right up to resistance to the pip and then trades straight down and meets the profit target. Alright, then from there we actually come back up to the same level, so expect the level to hold once more. So you'd be using a sell limit order here to sell once more, stop above, targeting 200 pips below. Now it doesn't meet the profit target the second time around, it trades down about 175 pips. So hopefully you've managed your trade, you've locked some profit in, because then price comes back up to retest the level again. okay, coming up to retest the level. So it gives you a third opportunity to trade. Now I don't know if this level is going to hold the third time because price hasn't done its thing yet, but it's retesting resistance once more. It's a proven level of resistance. That level could hold, so it's a level to sell at. Stop 100 pips above. Once more, targeting 200 pips below. Alright, so that's how I trade. Broken support becomes new resistance using a 100 pip stop and a 200 pip target. Okay traders, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Now if you're interested in improving your trading, why not join me in my free beginner webinar series? You can register by using the link in the description below. All those that attend the webinars get full access to my own MT4 chart layouts and indicators. Okay traders, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.